Hi there, I'm Ed Holroyd-Pierce, one of the co-founders of CRCC Asia, and I'm pleased to be joined by Ed Pitcher from our Beijing office. Ed, do you want to give a quick introduction?
Yeah, sure. My name's Ed Pitcher. I'm the Global Director of Programs. I'm based in Beijing in China. I'm responsible for carrying out the operations of our programs. So looking after all of the interns on the ground and making sure that the program runs smoothly in our three locations.
Cool, thank you. So we are here today and wanted to just give you guys a few insights of things we feel passionate about regarding our programs. I think, first of all, from a China angle, why do we think it's important for everybody anywhere to gain some exposure to China? I mean, really, for me, it boils down to improving like global experience, global confidence, and the fact that the world is becoming increasingly smaller. So Chinese companies and Chinese individuals are forming a part of the supply chain in almost any industry. We could be talking about the increasing numbers of Chinese tourists coming over from China to other countries that need some tailored services for themselves. We could be talking about professional services firms, finance, where Chinese companies are actually investing very heavily. But again, they need people with those cultural skills and soft skills to do business with, to make them feel comfortable. Those are the reasons why I feel a bit of China exposure is really important for everybody. Ed, maybe could you give us a couple of examples of industries that you feel are particularly cutting edge in China?
Sure. So I think obviously China's extremely exciting from a business perspective, and I've been in Beijing for around 2.5 years, and I've seen the business climate change quite a lot on the ground. An industry that I'd highlight is the tech industry. I'm seeing a lot of government support for particularly small tech companies. There's a free trade zone now in Beijing, and it's attracted a lot of foreign talent. So that's an extremely interesting industry at the moment in China. And it's really sort of made inroads into the general population with some huge tech companies as well taking over the marketplace. So, for example, with apps like WeChat, which are becoming commonplace amongst most people in China now. I'd also highlight the green tech industry, particularly in Beijing. I mean, obviously pollution is a concern. It's something that the government is trying hard to tackle. And that's leading to a lot of innovative technology and business on the ground. So it's really at the cutting edge of the green tech industry globally, actually. I'd highlight those as two exciting industries at the moment in China.
Yeah, they're really good examples. I mean, particularly the tech stuff. Why I think that matters is because as you guys move through your careers, coming across either Chinese businesses or Chinese consumers, having a knowledge of WeChat, Baidu, those kind of slightly just different Chinese tech platforms that most people use would be really useful. Maybe you're working for a company that wants to advertise to Chinese consumers. Well, you're not going to get anywhere if you don't know what WeChat is or how to use the back end. Likewise, rather than using Google AdWords, maybe you need to look into Baidu and how do you actually put adverts on Baidu for your company. Those would be sort of like really tangible skills for future employers. I guess a couple of industries that you didn't touch on that I feel are probably quite important: finance and law. I think it'd be fair to say that China was kind of behind the curve on those two industries and is catching up massively quickly. In finance, anything regarding like asset management, credit cards, there's obviously a lot of sensitive things and weaknesses in the system that need to be improved. But the investment going into those industries and the kind of speed with which new things are being trialed is really, really important to be able to see on the ground,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I guess sort of second area of topics we're thinking about is more general personal development for people who are coming on the program. What are you guys going to develop while you're here, and what are we expecting from you? So maybe a couple of the skills that you think people might go away with, or some of the things that maybe give them culture shock initially that we're hoping they'll get over.
Sure. So I think you can broadly categorize the development into personal and professional development. I think on the professional side, we've spoken about a few of the industries in China and why they're important at the moment. And you're going to be working in an internship of your choice. A lot of the companies that we work with do have an international focus, but you're actually going to learn industry-specific skills on the ground, which is going to be really useful when you actually bring it back to an employer in your home country, or if you decide to stay on in China and work there. On the personal side, I think an internship is valuable, even if you were to do it in your home country, but you're doing an international internship here, and that adds an extra dimension. Personally, I see people come through the program and develop a lot personally. For example, soft skills, communication, interpersonal skills, just the practicalities of navigating a foreign city, and particularly in somewhere like China. I can speak from personal experience of Beijing. If you're trying to get around in a city where people do not speak English, you have to learn to be flexible, you have to learn to be adaptable, and you have to learn to be tolerant of the local culture as well. So I think there's two main streams that we see people develop in our program, and they are both personally and professionally.
Yeah. Cool. So from my side, I think just trying to take that and build on it, what matters to me as an individual, but to us as a company, is that people participating in the program are able to articulate these things that they've learned. It's not just about kind of surviving your 2 months in China and being able to hand over a business card with two hands. It's about being able to explain what you learned and what skills you have to future employers, and also to really recognize that those skills are becoming strengths that other people, your peers who didn't go on an international internship, may not have. So I think that kind of self-awareness and ability to articulate things is really important.
Yeah, and just to add to that, so we have a range of events on our program. One of them is the leaving event, where we actually speak about how you can articulate the skills that you've picked up in, for example, an interview setting or through your CV. So I think that's just as important, being able to extrapolate those key skills and confidently talk about them to maybe a future employee as well.
Absolutely. Cool. Well, we'll leave it there, guys. Thanks very much, and we really hope you enjoy your program. And if you've got any questions or you just want to get in touch, please do reach out. Thank you.